Grandma Bonnie. So I know that Grandma Bonnie and I've actually had other people request some strengthening for lower body. So again, these videos are for Grandma Bonnie and for whoever she'd like to share them with, as well as for anybody who's interested. I am a 200-hour yoga teacher certified, as well as a massage therapist and all sorts of other fun stuff. So just want to say that make sure that you are properly warmed up. So you always want to warm up the 6 motions of the spine, which are flexion, extension, lateral, okay, on both sides, and then twisting or rotation. Okay, so always want to make sure that you're warming up the spine in particular, as well as whatever part of the body that you're going to be working on. So this will probably be a little bit lengthy, so some of the things I may only show a little bit of, or I may just kind of tell you and then bypass. Okay, but feel free to obviously pause and add in anything extra that you want. So make sure if you're at home and you're watching this, where else would you be? Wherever it is that you're watching this, make sure that you've done, some warm-ups first, because I'm not going to start with all of those because that's a good 10-15 minutes in and of itself. Okay? All right, so I have 2 chairs, so kind of like a regular office chair and then a folding chair. So you can use any of those. You can use a kitchen chair, whatever you'd like. Just for a couple of the postures, you're going to want something that doesn't have arms on it and that you can comfortably reach the floor as you're sitting in it. Okay, so first off, we are going to come into what's called or considered table position. So as if you were kneeling on the floor, okay, you're going to bring your hands just underneath your shoulders, okay, and your feet are underneath your hips, a little bit of a bend in the knees, okay, and this is after you've already warmed up the spine, so you've already done your cat-cows, your laterals, your twists, okay, any and all of that. All right, so as you exhale, you're going to shift your weight over to one leg, and you're going to bend the opposite leg, okay? So from here, as you inhale, you're going to straighten that leg up behind you, lift the head and neck. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knee around that spine. Try to touch your chest or your chin, your forehead, okay? Inhale, bring that leg out. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. So doing a few of those, okay? And switching sides whenever you're ready. Okay? Making sure that before you switch, okay, you come back to a neutral position and you shift your weight to the standing leg. All right? So what this is doing is you're obviously balancing a little bit, all right? So you want to keep your core strong. And you're utilizing your abdominals, your hip flexors to pull that leg forward and up, okay, which is stretching the back chain. And then you're utilizing your glutes, all right, your low back, your hamstrings a little bit to bring that leg back behind you. All right, so this is a nice way to start to warm up that lower body. Okay. So another one that I definitely suggest, and if this is too much on your wrist, you can come down to your forearms, you can come up to a soft fist, okay? Are your fire hydrants, so you can come out and in, you can donkey kick. I like to do the circles, okay? You just always want to make sure that you go in both directions. All right, so not only are those exercises warming and strength, or loosening up the body, but they're strengthening as well. Okay, so, and if you wanted to, if you're someone who's not comfortable getting down on the ground, let's say, but you want to do a down dog, this is another variation where you can do down dog. So you step your feet back, your feet are in line with your hips, okay? So step back, however far you feel comfortable. All right, if you were to come to a plank, you be in a nice straight line, okay? And you can press yourself back into a nice down dog. So with that, you want to make sure that your shoulders are not up by your ears. Once you're in position, you're going to roll those shoulders down your spine. Okay? You want to make sure that you're protecting your shoulders. You want to make sure that you're strengthening your shoulders. So that's a nice way to be able to incorporate a down dog if you're not someone who wants to get down on the floor, but you want to try to build that strength up. You want to stretch the back side, you want to strengthen your core, you want to strengthen your upper body. That's a really nice solution for you. Okay, so sorry, I wrote some things down so I wouldn't forget. Okay, so now this is where you'd want a chair that doesn't have the arms. And I know I'm not switching position a whole lot because it's not so easy this time. Okay. And again, you wouldn't have to have the chair up against the wall. It's just a nice way to feel more supported and to be safer. So it's great to have it up against the wall if you have that available. Okay, so for this one, again, you wouldn't necessarily have to be up against the wall, but you could be, or you could be next to a table or some more chairs to provide yourself extra support. So I don't know if you watched the video from the other day, but if you did, you're going to come into your chair position, all right? And so from here, you can do those chair exercises where your feet directly below the knees, in line with the hips, okay? And as if you are about to stand out of the chair, you press your feet into the floor, engaging your lower body. Or if you really wanted to, especially if you had a taller chair or something, or a block, let's say you want to strengthen those legs, but you're not sure you want to come all the way down to a chair or to seated because you don't know if you can just come back up kind of thing, you can hold this position where you gently are touching, you know, a tall chair or top of a couch or something. Shoulders are back and down. You got a nice lengthened spine. Okay. Knees aren't coming in front of the toes. So what you can do is you can hold that, or you can even just tap, come up, tap, come up, tap, come up. Do that as many times as you want, and then you can hold for a little longer. Come up, hold, come up, however you want to do that. Okay, so hopefully I'm not going too fast, but I want to try to get to some new stuff for some people too. So if you've got this chair where it doesn't have the rails on it, what you're going to do, hopefully you can see me okay. Twist, maybe? Okay, so you're going to turn to the side. So whatever side is sitting on the chair is going to stay there, and you're going to kind of be half on, half off the chair. So you're going to hold onto that back or wall, table, whatever. You're going to slide that outside leg back behind you, okay? I don't think you can quite see that, I don't know. So that front leg, the knee is directly over top of the ankle, all right, in line with the hip. That back leg is straight back behind, in line with that hip, okay? So as if you were actually in Virabhadrasana or warrior. Okay, sorry, I have flies in here and they keep touching me. So there's more than one way to do warrior one. So the way I learned, which is a little easier on the joints, on the rotation especially, is keeping that foot in line, but you can also drop that foot down and turn that leg out, okay, while still facing forward. But for some people that kind of twerks the knee a little bit, not so comfortable in the hip. So if you stay on the toes, which again, you can drop down the heel as well if you have that flexibility, or you can stay up on the toes, or you can do that twist, okay? So, back to our chair. So you can stay comfortably seated on this and you're still engaged, you're still gonna feel that, okay? Or you can slightly hover, or you can play with it. Bring the chair out and in so that you can work your way up building that strength on both legs, okay? So as you're ready, switch sides. So again, you're gonna face perpendicular to the back of the chair, okay? As if you're making a right angle here. Front leg, or the leg that's on the chair, is gonna stay in position. And you're gonna bring that leg straight back behind you. Okay, so once again, you're gonna press into that front foot as if you're gonna stand out of that chair. All right, so you're engaged. You've got a nice tall spine, nice tall torso, shoulders rolled back and down. Hands can be at the hips, on the chair, up overhead, one or both, whatever works best for you. Okay. Very self-conscious right now. I hope that this is actually helpful for people. So that's Warrior 1, or depending on how you angle your hips, because some people may not have that range to go straight back behind. If you need to come out a little to the side, or even in the chair, kind of drop, twist that leg. It'll open up the hips a little differently, but that's okay. So you could come out and do kind of a Warrior 2, or you could still face forward and do a Warrior 1. Okay? Or depending on your training, it may be Warrior and then Side Warrior, which is what I learned. Okay? So there's those options. And again, if you can't come straight back or even out to the side, you can bend that back leg. Now, if you don't have that flexibility yet, that's totally fine. Even if you wanted to kind of drop that leg to the side, as long as you aren't putting pressure in that knee and it's more focused on the front leg, you're still going to bring strength and power into that front leg, all right? And you're still engaging that back leg. It's just not quite the same, but the main thing is you don't want to hurt that knee, okay? So wherever that back leg feels comfortable for your body, your flexibility and your strength, totally fine. Okay, and for a lot of people, this chair may be too low as well. So if you were up higher, it wouldn't be as much of a stretch. Okay. So something else I want to touch base on for people is piriformis stretch. So true sciatica is an impingement of the nerve structurally, usually through a subluxation. So that's something that you want to see a chiropractor for, or a physical therapist, or something along those lines. If it's more an entrapment, where it's the soft tissue, the connective tissue, the muscle that is tightening over a nerve or group of blood vessels or whatever, and I'm not speaking just sciatica, just in general in the body, stretches can help with that, massage can help with that. Again, see your doctor, see your chiropractor. You never know what's going on. Always good to be safe and seek out professional medical help if needed. Okay, so that said, if you want to try this stretch, there's many different ways that you can do this, but one that I do really like is in the chair. Hopefully this is visible. All right. So you've got your legs, again, in front of you, in line with the knees, in line with the ankles, in line with the hips, all right? So if you can bring that leg up, great. If you can't and you can reach down and grab it, great, or reach your pant leg, however is going to work for you, even if you have, let's say, a strap that you wrap around and help get that leg up there, okay? So however works for you. You're going to bring the leg up, right? So you're kind of in a figure 4. Can't really see that. There you go. Okay. So that ankle is just above the knee, the standing leg, if you will. Okay. You got a nice tall spine. And for some people, this is already going to be enough of a stretch, and that's fine. And your knee may be higher up too. You may not be able to bring it down. That's totally fine. You can even hug that leg in. You're going to get a stretch that way, okay? So, depending on your range, place that hand on the knee and just gently press it down, and then you're holding that ankle in place more than anything else. Right, nice straight spine. And to your flexibility and what feels comfortable as a stretch for you, as you exhale, engage those hip flexors. Nice straight spine, come forward, okay? So however that looks for you, it may not be very far. You may be able to fold over yourself. Maybe even be able to come down to the ground, okay? Everybody is going to be very different with this. And you're even going to be different side to side, okay? So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And again, as always, make sure you warm up properly first, and make sure that if you need to, you check with a doctor if you're having any kind of problems, if you're worried about anything. I am a yoga teacher. I am not a medical professional. Okay, I hope that